Where does metacognitive knowledge come from? Are some students inherently equipped with better metacognitive knowledge than others? How do students acquire metacognitive knowledge? And can we change students' metacognitive knowledge scripts? This segment addresses these questions. Students acquire metacognitive knowledge from three sources. It either emanates from their naive and ill-formed belief systems about learning, it seeps in from the judgments and feedback of other people, such as teachers, parents, and peers, and it is inferred through metacognitive experiences. Metacognitive experiences are emotion-driven inferences students make based upon affective experiences such as fondness, curiosity, and disappointment. Metacognitive experiences can be positive and helpful or negative and destructive. Researchers have discovered metacognitive activity in humans from as early as age 3. So we can be assured that by the time students become college age, they have a well-established metacognitive knowledge base, which can either help or hurt them. For example, David struggled with school early on in life. However, through hard work and learning new strategies, he improved his performance and is now viewed as a good student. The judgments from his teachers in the form of good grades and positive statements from his parents and peers shape the belief he has of himself as a strong student. Furthermore, he deduced from his early experiences that he can overcome academic struggles through hard work and proper strategy execution. The accumulation of fond affective feelings infused David with positive metacognitive experiences that manifest as positive metacognitive knowledge. This metacognitive knowledge constantly plays in the background of David's mind. On the other hand, Paul was an excellent student throughout his early years. He was told he had an excellent photographic memory. As a result, Paul developed several memory-based strategies for learning. His parents, teachers, and peers were constantly lauding his academic skills. He deduced from these positive experiences that he is a great student and that learning is easy. Paul enters college feeling confident about himself as a learner. However, early on in college, he struggles for the first time. He can't understand why his grades won't improve despite studying more than ever before. Paul's academic struggles are drowning out his optimistic metacognitive script that learning is easy and that his great memory skills will sustain him. The rapid accumulation of negative metacognitive experiences triggers Paul to question his academic abilities. For the first time, he begins to believe that perhaps he's not a strong student. The accumulation of negative judgments about his performance in the form of poor grades overpowers the positive metacognitive knowledge that Paul has operated on thus far. Paul now has negative metacognitive knowledge that is informing him that he is not college material. It's important to keep in mind that Paul and David's metacognitive activity is occurring on an unconscious level. Neither student would connect their academic situation to their metacognitive knowledge. More than likely, they would strongly attribute it to other factors. This leads us to metacognitive awareness. Metacognitive awareness is students' mindfulness of the interplay between their metacognitive activity and cognitive processes, and how these factors influence their thinking and feeling during academic work. Students must awaken to their metacognitive activity before they can develop metacognitive skills and ultimately control their thinking and feelings while doing academic work. Paul's feelings of frustration and despair over his continued underperformance are rooted in negative metacognitive experiences. His feelings are raw and real, and they fuel his negative view of himself. The onslaught of metacognitive negativity has switched Paul's optimism to negativism. Metacognitive assistance involves making these processes explicit to students, providing a language to articulate these experiences, and then equipping students with tools to improve their metacognitive skills. Making students aware of the metacognitive activity that is directing their thinking and performance is a vital first step for educators. We want to move students from awareness to control. For example, in my Transforming Good Students into Great Learners workshop, which targets hardworking but low-performing students, we show students and educators how to use the Think Well, Learn Well diagram to optimize students' thinking. The sequence of improvement goes like this. Step 1, we use the diagram to help them see the relationships among their metacognitive functioning, thinking skills, and outcomes. This increases their metacognitive knowledge about their cognition. Step 2, we then show them the disparity between their current standard of thinking and outcomes and the modes of thinking needed to produce the kinds of outcomes their professors require. This increases their awareness. Step 3, finally, we help them develop new strategic thinking skills. This increases their metacognitive abilities. In the end, the students learn valuable skills and a process that elevates their performance beyond their previous performance ceilings. They also gain new, helpful metacognitive knowledge about academic tasks and how they can produce better academic work. Additionally, the positive metacognitive experiences they accumulate during the series overpowers their previous negative metacognitive experiences. Lastly, the students leave the sessions with a set of transferable skills that they can use across academic disciplines and in other areas of life. It's truly fascinating to witness how quickly students go through the stages of metacognitive awareness and begin controlling their production of academic work. By the time the session concludes, they are transformed from unproductive students to productive learners. Metacognitive skill is the fourth pillar in managing one's learning. Metacognitive skills are students' ability to monitor, guide, direct, and control their learning, and to strategically solve problems regarding their learning as they arise. Students typically exhibit metacognitive skill at one of three academic work phases: preparation, at the start of an activity, during the activity, to monitor their execution, or after an activity as a reflective or evaluative tactic. Metacognitive skills cannot be directly assessed. They must be inferred from their behavioral consequences. For example, if a student decides to reread a passage of text for greater comprehension, then we can infer that the student's metacognitive evaluation skills judged her reading as inadequate, and as a consequence, she activated a cognitive strategy of rereading in an attempt to increase her comprehension. This example shows the constant interplay between metacognitive skills and cognitive functioning. In the next video, we'll explore metacognitive regulation in the AP3 workstation model. This new direction for academic work makes high-quality academic work attainable and measurable for all students, educators, and institutions.